C2E2. Talk about an ultimate fallout.
What is up, Defects? Oh my God, what a weekend. What a weekend. There was a lot of MCU news, right? That's what we're talking tonight, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, is anything going on in the community?
I don't think so. There's no videos. There's nothing going on. Not that we know of. So we'll just shoot the shit tonight. You know, there's only 150 people waiting for no reason. But
I mean, how do you follow up thorough, man? Holy smokes.
Man, there's been some fire happening around the community these last 24 to 48 hours. Jesus. But before we get into all that, there is a ton of you in the chat already. We can't say what's up to everybody, but we see you. We know who you are. We appreciate you. Thanks for jumping in. We're probably going to get right into this. Bear with us. I'm a little under the weather, but I had to make it here. There was no way I was going to miss this show. So if it's not the pace that you guys are usually used to, just give me a break. All right.
It'll get there. It'll get there.
Yeah, as soon as I got to get like a little adrenaline shot. So before we get started, I'll say what up to my boys as always. Guy Forge starting off on the bottom, holding us up. What's up, brother?
This is a tough show to hold up tonight because it's pretty heavy. Let's just put it that way. It's pretty heavy. That was a little too easy for the intro, guys. I mean, I had to.
You walked right into that one.
Yeah. As he says, yeah, walked right into that one. Listen, the community's not happy.
Nope.
The community's not happy, Jay.
Yeah, I don't even know if there, like Duro says, if there is a community anymore. I'll tell you what there is though. There's buyers and sellers now, right? And that's what we're seeing. I feel like this is old news now, man. I'm almost fucking tired of talking about it and hearing about it, but we got to give our input, right? I'm going to try to stay as open-minded, right? And I've been thinking about it a lot the last day, and I've been looking at it from everybody's point of view. And listen, there's definitely there's shady shit going on, right? I'm happy to be here tonight. I'm happy to talk about it. I want to get the chat's feedback because I know a lot of channels are talking about it, but they're not really getting to the chat. So I really want to see what the chat has to say. Listen, your opinion's your opinion. I will throw this disclaimer out. We're not here to attack anybody on a personal level, right? Listen, when you get called, it's the comic book shit. When you get called out on things, you get called out. We're not calling out people personally on how they look or this, that, and the other thing. We're not here to maliciously attack someone as a person. We're here to maliciously attack their shadiness and their bullshit dealings. So I just wanted to throw that out there first. Listen, if you get caught doing dirt, you got to get called out on it. And we're only calling people out on bullshit. We're not attacking them personally, so don't take it like that. And for the people that got dragged into this that aren't even involved, listen, you hang out with shit long enough, you start to smell like shit. My buddy Dennis told me that today, and that's how it goes down, guys. So again, we're not here to attack anyone on a personal level, but we are here to fucking call out the bullshit that's going on in the community. And you know what? This might be the beginning of the end of certain types of bullshit, but we'll get into that. I don't want to start ranting already.
I think you smell it right, Matt. I'm just saying right now, you smell it right.
I was just checking. I mean, I hang out with you too, so I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah.
I want you know who's all right too.
And cigarettes.
John Big Daddy Ross, my man. Super chat, $10 super chat. Thank you, Big Daddy. We're gonna get to some super chats, but I think we gotta start talking about some stuff first. So
yeah, we'll play some super chats as we go, but I know why people are here, so we're gonna try to navigate. There's so many pieces of this, right? When this started, we started kind of prepping for this, like probably 2 days ago. The story was much smaller, and the original story I think is now overshadowed by a much bigger story and more important. You know, we'll get into it, but I think the initial story that people thought we were going to really spend a lot of time on, I think that's kind of small potatoes. It's stuff that it should be kind of talked about, but I think the rest of what happened with Black Flag and the book itself and CGC and Marvel, that's, I think, the biggest thing to talk about here. The red flags should be going off on everyone on that. I think this is a community-wide thing where I think almost everyone can get behind the same idea on that point, right? The first point with some members of the community, it's split, and we're going to talk about that. So do you want to talk about that first, Jay Guy? Do you want to talk about, I'll just say, you want to talk about what went down online at the Black Flag booth?
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
Lay it out. Lay it out a little bit, Jay.
I think we laid out in chronological order of the events that happened, what led up to this, because this wasn't just one thing. It was, It started with line cutting. It started with people buying books immediately and then selling them immediately for $200-$300. And you know what, guys? Let's be honest. Shame on the people buying these fucking books for $300 because you have absolutely zero comic knowledge, right? And then we'll get into what it snowballed into, because it snowballed into something way bigger than just people selling comic books and cutting the line. It snowballed into, in my opinion, a fucking scam, a bootleg book that's a fucking scam.
Okay, let's talk about that, Jay, because we're going to talk about the line and obviously like that, but let's talk about the actual book that these guys are calling an exclusive.
Yeah,
can we talk about that?
Yep.
Yeah, so I showed it on the screen right now. I'm sure everyone in here has seen it. If you haven't, Ultimate Fallout 4 Facsimile Edition, okay, from Black Flag, the acetate variant. I think they're calling it In God We Trust variant. Thorough pointed out that there's a typo on the back. It says wrong. We entrust. We entrust. So they spelt it wrong. And basically it was a Black Flag variant that they sold in November, and they added an acetate cover over the top of it. Okay, so there is way more to unpack about that, but just to get that out, this is the book that everyone, this is the issue. This is the book where the issue is, and that's kind of just the overview of what this book is.
So can you explain what an acetate cover is?
Right, so essentially it's just a clear plastic cover. So basically everything you see in the background there, all the characters, the Iron Man, the Miles, the Thor, the Captain America, that was the original cover. The USA, the stripes going down the left, the flag on the front that Miles is holding, that's all drawn on the acetate cover and laid over the top. So it's almost like, like a layer, like if you were making like a cartoon, like or something, see-through
panel, like doing like a cartoon. Okay, I got it. Okay.
All and then there's the back, which is the back is fully covered with a new design. No barcode though, by the way, on the acetate. Just putting that out there. No barcode on the acetate.
I think we get into the book after, because there's a lot to be said about this book, right?
Yeah. Okay.
There's
so
a lot.
Right, 100%. That's probably the majority of the show, is talking about the book and what went down, as far as the mechanics of how this was built and all that. So let's get right into it. Everybody wants to know. So I think Jay was probably one of the first, if not the first, to say, hey, here's the two people that everybody are talking about. We're going to break it down tomorrow. That was on Sunday, so clearly we're here tonight. So the community's upset with Nerdy Girl and Skiff's comic knowledge, okay? It started with a Facebook post. Somebody said, didn't name them too, but basically said we were online. Two influencers jumped up to the front of the line, grabbed a ton of books, walked away. Black Flag then, soon after, raised the price and started limiting. That was the original post. Okay, so people were not happy, but you got to take it with a grain of salt because it's just a Facebook post. So what did we started doing? We started digging. We knew people there, and we knew somebody that was in line. Okay, and there's a lot of he said, she said out there. So we can't say, Nerdy Girl made her post to say, here's what happened. I waited in line. Black Flag came out with a video, the owner of that, and said, here's what went down. So all that we can say for certain, right, is that a couple people got books a ton of books, approximately, we're not going to give exact numbers because who knows, 200 books went to two people, these two people. Whether they cut the line or not, it's from what Black Flag said on his live video, is that they bought those books or held those books prior to that morning. They made a deal, and they were essentially just picking them up. Okay, that goes against kind of what Nerdy Girl said. She said that she waited in line. It's kind of like, I don't... Yeah, go ahead.
It's one thing, guys, if we were there and we witnessed it. We talked to a couple of different people who I trust, who Matt trusts, who Guy trusts, but we weren't there. So it's he says, she says at this point, right? We weren't there. What we do know is, right, Black Flag came out, said they pre-ordered it. One, how the fuck do you pre-order a con exclusive that's not even an exclusive? It's a book that came out way back that was a Crain homage to the UF4, right? And how do you pre-order that? So that's kind of bullshit, right? And then they say she cut the line. I didn't see anyone cut the line. I'm told she cut the line. Other people said she didn't cut the line. Some people say she pre-ordered the book. She didn't pre-order the book. Regardless, the fact is, yo, don't go there and take 200 books and then immediately start selling them, because that's not right. People are still at the con. Right, two people watching you. And regardless if they picked up books for this person, that person, you still walked away with two people still walked away with 200 books. And that's fucked up. People come to a con to get their exclusives, to go shopping. And I get the business side of it from Black Flag, right? He said, oh, I don't want to be stuck with these books. Guess what? You already stuck with them. That's why you threw this bullshit cover on them. And that's why you're selling them again, because you already got stuck with them. And I get you don't want to get stuck with them, but it's day one of a fucking huge Comic Con. So don't worry. If there's backdoor,
it was prior to the fucking day. We'll get it. Let's not go down that road too far, because there's so much to unpack there. But
okay,
I see what you're
all right.
saying.
So the fact of the matter is, listen, Nerdy Girl, right? Like her or not, she does her thing. She hustles. She's at all these shows. She puts the work in. Skeff, I never heard of the guy until like this all unfolded. Didn't really know who he was. The word influencer, I don't like. I don't like the word, because if anything, she's a comic book seller and retailer, right? She's not an influencer. Tom's an influencer. She's not. She's a retailer. She's a businesswoman. Regardless, whether she cut the line or not, I didn't see it. People say yes, people say no. I don't give a fuck. I didn't see it with my own eyes. The fact of the matter is, morally, I think it's wrong to leave there with that many books. And I don't want to hear the lame ass excuse, oh, he let me buy this many books. Listen, it is what it is. You turn around and you see all those people waiting in line. If you feel weird in your stomach, you know it's wrong. I could never do that. You walk away with 10 books. Yeah, that's good. You know
10,
what I mean?
20. It happens like that. We already know that happens. Yeah.
And then you're picking up for other people. Yes, you're picking up for other people that are all doing the same shit, though. It's like no one's keeping it for their PC. At least let some people, there's so much I want to get through. There definitely wasn't 750 copies. That's a fucking bullshit, bold lie. That's a fucking bullshit lie right off the bat.
Not for sale, at least.
But listen, hey, it is what it is. She got her books, right? People were hurt because she got her books and automatically started flipping them. Is it on her? Some people say yes, some people say no. Would I buy 75 books? What if Matt and Guy said, yo, go pick up fucking 10 books for me and 10 books for me? My first thing is going to be like, guys, I love you, but I'm not going to be that asshole that does that in front of all these people that know our face. That's the first thing I'm saying, because it's fucking, you look like a dick, dude. All these people that made her go get books, they made her look like an asshole. You know what I mean? And everybody online deserves to get mad. And back to what Thorough was saying, yo, don't let people cut you in line, man. I'm the first person to say, if it's a dude that looks like my boy BX Boxer, I'm like, yo, my man, fucking back of the line, bro. You know what I mean? But again, people are very timid. They see these people with big names and they don't want to go on and do that thing. So I'll play devil's advocate here. Should he have sold her all those books? No, I don't think he should have. Maybe at the end, maybe on Sunday if he's struggling. Should she have bought all those books? No. Tell everybody, yo, go get your own fucking books. I don't want to be that asshole. I already have a bad name. when it comes to certain things and certain people. So why throw me under the bus and make me do this? But hey, listen, everybody does their own thing. So to each his own. I'm not going to beat this to death. I'm not going to personally attack this girl. She is a businesswoman. She does do her thing. But morally, look back at those people online and you felt a little guilty. Let's be real. So do your thing. Everyone that's verbally abusing you and talking shit to you on a personal level, that's not right at all. Attack her for her business ethics and for, calling out shady shit, but leave her alone on other stuff, man.
Yeah, so I think, and I think we're kind of all on the same page here, the three of us. And at first we were kind of, I think the initial reaction was like a knee-jerk reaction, like, fuck, that's fucked up. But then you sit on it a few minutes and you start really breaking it down. And I think what it really, and basically what Jay, I think summarizing what Jay said, basically it doesn't pass the smell test. Okay. Right. Regardless of whether they cut the line, I don't even think the cutting the line is the issue, because I think what happened, and like I said, the guy from Black Flag kind of confirmed it. They kind of just went to the front, picked up what they already negotiated, and kind of walked. Okay. They got 2 boxes, whatever they got, whatever it was. So and like Jay said, it's so funny that he said that. If these guys were like, yo, pick up 10 copies, I'd be like, yo, I ain't doing that because it just looks bad. Regardless of what the situation is, you're going to look bad. So that's what it is. Are they allowed to do it? The vendor let them do it. So it's half on them. But you got to tell yourself, just because you're allowed to do it, should you be doing it? At least, I mean, if you're going to do that, I would have just been to the guy like, dude, either I'm getting them beforehand, before the show, or after the show. There's no way I'm walking away with 200 books in front of a line of people that are looking to buy. Let's be honest. The guy probably had 400 to 500 for sale. The rest probably were CGC, friends, and his own third-party sales. So probably 400 to 500. Not to mention that,
but besides the fucking copies he's gonna hold right now because he knows they're hot, and we all know this fucking guy got copies that he's gonna sell on the aftermarket or have his boys sell, whether it be on eBay or on Instagram or on whatnot, whatever the platform it may be, it doesn't matter because he's still doing fucking dirt. And those books already been fucking graded. So how long have they been? You know what I mean? And the whole CGC thing is a whole different fucking animal. But we figured we talk about Skeff, we talk about Nerdy Girl, we get that out of the way, and then we get to Black Flag because he's the real fucking clown in this situation.
Right. So before we jump off of this, I mean, Guy, I want to throw it to you real quick, but before I do that, I think the bottom line is Jay summed it up perfectly. You want to talk about them, what they did, fine. The personal bashing, you don't even know these people. You know what I mean? I don't know these people. You don't know these people. 9 out of 10 of you don't know these people personally. So it's hard. Like, let's not do that. But you can't be upset if you're those 2 people with what you like. If you do, like, if someone gave you that scenario beforehand, like, yo, you're gonna be walking away with 200 of these books that everyone else is trying to get a hold of in front of the whole line, you're gonna know that there's gonna be some backlash. So don't pretend like you don't understand why people are mad. So having said all that, I think you know where we stand at this point. Frustrated, not the end of the world. It shouldn't have happened. Expect a backlash. We're gonna call it out, but there's more important things to talk about. Guy Forge, round us out on this topic so we can move on to some more important things.
I know I'm new to the con world, let's say. Only been involved in it a couple of years now. Only been to a couple. A couple big ones, I guess I can say, right? This baffles me because, one, I don't know what this fucking comic is. That's my one problem with this too. I don't know what it is. Why do you take this comic that was a facsimile? Why are you allowed to put another cover on it and sell it as something else? I don't know why that's allowed. 1, 2.
You're not allowed.
Yeah,
2,
well, that's what we're gonna get into.
2, and we'll get into that, obviously, which will answer that. Thank you. But 2, the absurdity or the overall asinine feeling that you can get away with something like this just gives me such agita that like it bothers like I'm up to here with it because I'm like, how does this asshole think he can get away with something like this? This baffles me because and you do it in front of people. I
You're
get
talking
it.
about Black Flag? You're talking about
Correct.
Black Flag? Okay.
Correct. I get it. Backdoor deals happen. That's besides the point. We can't stop it. People do it. Obviously, if you have friends in the business, let me explain something to you. I went to dinner this weekend. I took my wife out for her 40th birthday. I went to a restaurant. I went to a restaurant that I know the owner of. Okay? I don't go places anymore that I don't know people. That's just the way I do it. That's how I live my life. I'm not going to go to a restaurant that I don't know someone. I have people that I know. People always have people that they know. You're going to utilize that connection, right? Regardless. I could have went to any other restaurant, but I wanted to go to this one. It's my friend's restaurant. I obviously he took care of me there. That's the reason why I went too. I love the guy. He took care of me. We had good food. We had great times, and then that's what happened. These people obviously know people. They got hooked up, but they did it in front of people.
I don't think
everyone.
I disagree. I don't know. I don't think people know people. I think money just talks. And I know there's stuff going on in the chat right now with Whatnot. Guys, I don't care if Whatnot wasn't around, this shit would still go on. It doesn't matter what platform.
That's my point.
Yeah, not a Whatnot thing.
She'd sell on Instagram. She'd sell on eBay. He'd sell on Instagram. He'd sell on eBay. Books have been moving since the hobby started. It doesn't matter what platform it's on. Books are going to get sold. I will say this, though, in regards to Whatnot. Whatnot as a business has to step away from certain people. If you're not going to give the same respect and love to all sellers, you shouldn't give it to any. To attach yourself to certain sellers is alienating you from other people that don't like those sellers. So the best thing to do is just step back, make money, let sellers do their thing, and just absorb it all. Because now people that don't like Tom see him take a picture with representatives from Whatnot, they're going to be like, oh, what's this? What's that? You know what I mean? They're going to automatically jump to conclusions about what's going on. And now people that don't like Tom aren't going to fuck with Whatnot because they see that picture. The best thing to do, and listen, it's a $1 billion company. I'm not trying to tell anybody how to run their business. This is just me, an outsider looking in. Don't associate with any of your sellers. Just be in the background. Let them do their thing. Have your booth set up. Have your thing going. But once you start affixing yourself to certain people, you're affixed to them. And that's what the sad thing about this hobby is.
I just think it sucks because, again, whether you believe whether it's right or wrong what they did, again, it was going to happen regardless of what we think.
Right, it's going to sell on any platform.
Do I think it was terrible? Do I think it was terrible? Yes, I don't, and I think that all the people waiting in line for an exclusive, like again, I'm new to the con world, but for an exclusive, if I'm waiting online for an exclusive and I see this, like, what the fuck? What in the actual fuck?
Yeah.
No, and listen, I know you support everybody, but it's not me saying that. It's people in this hobby that's been in this hobby for years saying, okay, it's this guy, it's that guy, it's this guy. You know what I mean? It's just everyone got to just take a step back and let everybody sell this way. It's not Whatnot's fault she's on there, and it's not. And I always say this in every auction: no one is holding a gun to a buyer's head, making them pay $300 for a copy. That's on the buyer, man. Whether it's on eBay, whether it's on a YouTube auction, whether it's on Instagram. No one's forcing that person to buy that book, right? Nobody. It's the buyer's responsibility. If you want to buy this fucking garbage bootleg half-ass book that Marvel's not even approving for $300, that's on you, man. Like, that's on you. Buy what you like, I guess, right? But it is what it is, man.
So as far as, it's not like you said, I'm glad you addressed it in the chat because I've seen a lot of people in the chat saying whatnot. This isn't a Whatnot issue as far as what happened there. Okay, that's number one. So no affiliation with Black Flag, as far as I know. I see Bolo in the chat. He's throwing some stuff. He's throwing some facts out there, so we appreciate that. So, Jay, number one, it's 3.7 billion. Okay, it's not a
no, I know. And listen, yeah.
So that's not, but also what you were saying about not associating with other cells, I see what you're saying. I think you're trying to kind of like say, hey, here's how to stay clean. I see what you're saying. Like, there's half of me that says, I get what you're saying. The other half is like, you got to have some type of representative, right? Like, you have to have a representative in the community. And who do you pick that everyone likes? There's no one out there that every single person. It definitely ain't us. We got fucking more enemies than anybody, right? So I think I understand what you're saying. And I think, some people in the chat are like, oh, CJ's calling out the favoritism. I don't think that's what he meant. I think he basically
that's not
is
what
saying,
I meant.
like, hey, man, I mean, see what's happening? You're catching flack because of some of the people. But that's going to happen with anybody. So there's two sides of that coin, and I see both of them.
Yeah. My thing is, listen, you guys do what you want, but when you associate with everybody and you support everybody, and it's a great platform for buying books,
100%.
And people are moving books now that originally couldn't move books. But my thing is, when you take a picture with if you took a picture with us, everybody from that side will be like, oh, what the fuck, he's taking it. And now when you take a picture with him, oh, everyone's gonna be like, oh, I don't like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm getting at, and that's where it gets divided.
I think it's unavoidable though. I don't think you can avoid that. That's the unfortunate. Like, that's why we are talking about what we're talking about right now, right? Like, because the community's so divided on some of this stuff, and there's so much hatred for certain individuals or certain topics or certain.
Right.
It's crazy. It really is crazy, and that's why we don't want to spend a ton of time on the first part of this. Because it is split, but it had to be addressed. Like, there was no way we were not going to talk about it. You know our position now. We think, hey, was it the end of the world? Probably not, but it doesn't pass the smell test. You got to know there's going to be some backlash, and now you're catching it, and then it's going to fade away. Thank God Black Flag fucked up, because now everyone's going to forget about the 200 copies that got sold, because honestly, people aren't going to want this book. I don't think people are going to want this book. Honestly, the last sale I just saw, $160. Yesterday, it was selling for $240 consistently. So it's already starting to go down. So let's start talking about the book. I see TiVo in here. I see you, bro.
Wait, hold on, Matt.
Matt,
guy. Before we start talking about the book, can we just lighten the mood with a little super chat and a little smash that like?
You want to smash? Yeah, there's 400 people in there. I mean, let's get a couple thumbs up, right? I mean, guys, where is that?
We got to get a little lighthearted. Again, I gotta breathe for a second. Can we hit him with some Eva? Can we hit him with some Eva?
Well, first, let's get some thumbs up going.
I mean,
that's just
that like button.
Some of you haven't been here before, obviously, on a normal day. So there you go.
And we never ignore super chats, and it's just such a heated debate, and we'll get right back to that heatedness. We just need a little intermission with with some lighthearted boobies. Matt, hit him with it.
Sure.
Make it rain on me, Defects. Yeah. I can feel it. More.
All right. Back to business.
Thank you.
There you go.
So that's friend of the channel, Eve Long, with the super chat. Appreciate it. All right, so the book itself, Black Flag itself, TiVo. I wanted, before I forget, this was a little further down, but TiVo, since you brought it up, TiVo was saying he did some digging and he doesn't think that there was actually anything that Marvel. It wasn't. I want to say illegal. It wasn't against Marvel's rules. What Black Flag did, but that actually is in direct contrast to what I just heard, that they actually sent an email out to all retailers. That this could be wrong. I don't know if this is factual, but I heard it from somebody that I hold in high regard. They have some of this info so I do believe it. That basically reminded them that they're not allowed to do this or any alteration of a book after it's published. If it's exclusive for Marvel, you can't be adding another cover to it. So they just sent that email out. Don't know if that's true or not. That's what I'm hearing. So, just to address that point. So the book itself, Black Flag went live on Facebook to address this, and basically they wanted to address, number one, why they sold so many copies to a couple resellers. And his live feed was kind of all over the place. He was telling us how good Black Flag is, and they make dope covers, right? They had the dopest Something's Killing the Children #1. That Black Flag was the best one. Yeah, right? It's the hottest one. Yep. And he was basically patting his own back, and more power to him. But then in the next breath, he gave the reason as to why he didn't limit these resellers is because he was afraid that he wouldn't sell out. So those two things don't really jive in my mind. He's the best 2 seconds ago, but now he's afraid that he's not going to sell out. Listen, his exclusive, he could do what he wants. But again, that's why we're here. We're going to scrutinize. You could do something, but it doesn't mean you're not going to catch some flack, because if you do something wrong in this community, we're going to people are going to call it out. So if you're telling people how great Black Flag is and everybody's on Black Flag and everybody's on, and how they always sell out, but then you say you're afraid that this one wouldn't sell out. So that was step number one, that I was kind of like, okay, that don't make sense. Step number two. Why is it that an exclusive going on sale at C2E2 has no information dropped on it until the day before? I thought that was very odd. Usually you hear exclusive coming, details, secret cover, blah, blah, blah. Supposedly there was none of that. Nobody knew about this book until Thursday, Jay, right?
And a Marvel exclusive at that. Usually the independent stuff you won't hear about, which is mostly what cons are now. It's all independent exclusives, right? But you have an Ultimate Fallout 4 Miles exclusive done by Clayton Crain, and you don't think that's going to sell out? You're fucking bugging, dude. And you're stressing on Friday when you know damn well, one, you have way less than 750 copies, and two, you just unloaded 200, and three, who knows how many you're holding off for your boys to sell on the secondary market. And obviously there's fucking books at CGC already that been graded and are back in 9.8, 9.9, a fucking 10. So get the fuck out of here with that, man.
Right. So another person saying, okay, so this is, I wanted to save this because it's going to take us down another road, but fuck it. This is my opinion. This is not fact. This is just me reading the tea leaves. I think the fact that I think he knew exactly what he was doing. The fact that he didn't drop any of this info. Crain is part owner of Infinite Black Publishing. Don't know how much of the daily Black Flag variants. He is part of the business side. The Infinite Black Publishing is who did the acetate, because clearly it didn't come from Marvel. They had to have another publisher do it, right? So yes, thank you, Tiva, for that point. I think he didn't drop any info on this book because it would have allowed people to see what was actually going on. Whereas if they just dropped it, people weren't going to think. They were just going to say, UF4, everything Miles is hot, gotta buy it. But really, after I didn't realize it at first either, but after 24 hours, we realized that this book was a book published in November, their own exclusive of the UF4 facsimile that they had extra of, they did not sell out of. They took another cover, married it to it. The book has 4 staples. I bet you if you let people know that a week in advance, then yeah, I probably would have been worried about selling it out too. And I don't think people would be buying 40 and 50 copies for themselves. And I don't think the book would be selling for $200 to $300 in aftermarket. And I think now that more people are knowing, that's why that price is going to start to go down.
And maybe Marvel finds out about it and puts the kibosh on it. Like, listen, we didn't approve this. This is not our deal that we struck. Like, what is this cover? You know what I mean? Because everything has to go through Marvel. So basically what Matt is trying to tell you is this guy had backstock of this book that he had to get rid of. He came up with a good idea. The suckers flocked and people bought it. Sheep will do sheepish things. You know what I mean? Thorough said it. Everyone's going to follow. You're buying this book. Should we get into CGC now and Marvel? We got more to talk about.
Well, it's funny. Jay Diggs, I think, Guy, you were bringing that up.
Yeah.
So he said, well,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go.
He said, well, now he's dropping 3 more at Boston next week. All the same kind of acetate. So there were obviously rumors that he's dropping 3 more of these books, different books with these acetate covers on them.
Oh, hold on. Before we even get into that, I forgot
Yeah.
another fucking important key factor. Supposedly, after he sold these books to these resellers who did their thing, he magically found another box of these books. But now the price went from $85 a copy to a limit now. Now he limited it to 2 per person and went up to $100. What kind of bullshit is that, dude? Like,
how is that allowed?
How
is that allowed?
Big time.
Yeah, you just said you sold these books. Now his new thing is he's selling to influencers, resellers. They're allowed what, 10 per person?
Well, that was a post that we didn't have enough time. I don't think that post was real. I know CBSI threw up because it was in his Facebook. It was getting spammed in his Facebook group. Let me tell you something. If that post is real, this dude is having an absolute meltdown.
So let's say what the post said, because Thorough,
I think it's fake.
put up the post.
Let's put it out there right now. I think it's fake. We're gonna say it's fake unless otherwise proven. But go ahead, guy.
So Thorough had put it up, and it says that he's gonna have a separate line for this. This is great. This is great. He's gonna have a separate line for resellers, flippers, and influencers. That they get to have a separate line and they get to order as many as they want, whatever. And then he's going to have a line for regular people that they can order up to 10 or whatever it is like that. I mean, as Thorough called him, the biggest bozo on the planet, which I love that. It was absolutely hilarious. But Jay, I know, I'm surprising you with this, but I'm just letting you know right now. I took off next week, so I'm heading up to Boston this weekend. I didn't know if you knew or not. Which line I'm? Look, I already made my sign. Look. Look.
All three.
Look. Oh yeah, I'm a reseller. I'm a flipper, and I'm an influencer.
He's got a cover. We don't know which one they're going with.
No, so this way you know. This way you know. Like I can get on that line. So
you
I'm
just
good.
fold it. You got to fold it to it.
I just wear the sign.
But I mean,
and we're good.
Yo, that's funny, dude.
And guys, that's alleged, but factual is
I don't think it's real. But...
No, yeah. That's alleged.
Yeah.
Factual is he found another short box or long box or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's facts.
Now you put a limit on it, and now you jack up the price $15. And besides all that, oh shit, I'm almost knocking stuff down.
Yes, man, I am.
But besides all that, you're selling an exclusive for $85. Like, where the fuck does that come out of left field? Like, is that what the going rate on an exclusive is now?
You think we can get shirts made?
Yeah, we need shirts, of course.
I think that's a good idea. We need some shirts.
Yep. Next con, we're wearing shirts.
With that? Who wants to get in?
Who wants to do them? Who wants to do them? Send us a DM.
There's so many things wrong with this book. Like, I think Jay's that's another one. You're selling this book for whatever. Let's just say the original price. I don't know if it was 75 or 85. It's literally the facsimile that was selling for $10. You just fucking put another cover over it. I was like, but you know what? He created this. I mean, it's good business. You know what I mean? But like, it just kept getting dirtier and dirtier.
So many things just keep popping into my head. You buy that bullshit book for $300. You could go buy a fucking second print, the real shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A low grade copy of the original.
That's what's crazy, dude. People, the FOMO.
The FOMO is crazy, dude. You're buying a facsimile. Go out and buy the second print if you want that book. Some real shit. And listen,
Jay,
I'll be the first to tell you.
Jay, it's not even the facsimile, Jay.
Yeah, no, whatever the fuck it is.
They're putting staples on and putting a cover over it. What the hell is this book?
We'll get into that too.
This Frankenstein of a book.
Jay, check your IG. Jay, check your IG. Yeah.
Oh.
Let's see. You got another deep dive. Guy, make sure you laminate, aka acetate that sign.
We're getting t-shirts. We're getting t-shirts made, man.
We're gonna acetate our t-shirts. So, okay. So, again, not 100% certain. But what people are saying, Bronze Age Nerd, shout out to him. Go check out his content. He said he knew somebody close to the situation with Marvel. Marvel did not know about this. CBSI then put something out that said they were sending out emails to resellers saying they were not happy about this. So I couldn't imagine them being happy about this. Like you created an exclusive and then you recreated it without Marvel, right? Like
with a
didn't
remarried
use Marvel
cover.
again. With
You
a
remarried
remarried
the
cover
on, and you're getting a fucking blue label on it. What the
All
fuck?
right, so the next perfect segue, Jay. The next everyone's next favorite punching bag, CGC. CGC, okay. CGC has graded copies of this from July, end of July. Everyone was like, how can that be? Well, that's easy because these books
were from November.
Were from November. So the acetate, those covers were ready to roll. So why are they getting 9s and 10s? Because it's a plastic cover. It's not paper, right? So they're only grading the outside cover. Okay. So CGC's planting their flag saying blue label, married cover, 4 staples from a publisher. We're calling that a blue label. CGC gets called out on a bunch of the boards today. They actually respond. I'm sure they responded to multiple, but there was one in particular that went around IG that said, we are aware of the book. We know what happened, and we stand by our stand. We stand by our grading and blue label on it. An hour later, Marvel comes out and says, this shit don't fly. So my question is, what is CGC going to do? Are they going to stop grading this book? Do the blue labels that went out become invalidated, on the census, that they become purple or green? I think that's a whole nother shitstorm, because I mean, you may create a little bit of a market of maybe there's only 10 graded books out there and then they stop. Like, those become instantly valuable because regardless of whether they're real or not, there's still only a handful that exist, right?
Well,
so what the fuck do you guys think CGC? What do you think CGC is going to do? You think
well,
they're going to roll it back, or do you think they're going to double down?
They spoke before Daddy spoke. Let's talk about what it is. So they opened their mouth before Daddy spoke, and you don't speak before Daddy speaks. Let's be honest. So now they're caught. They're caught. Between a rock and a hard place. Let's just say that.
So now, if they retract, they look like the fucking idiots they are. And listen, all my slabs are CGC, right? I haven't sent graded books in a while.
Gold standard. But now, the gold standard.
Now, they've been getting punched. They deserve to get punched. Their quality control is terrible. Their times are terrible. And I'm a CGC guy. I'll tell you that. I call it how it is, man. I don't hide behind nothing. I speak the truth. If they retract, they look like the fucking idiots they are. And now if they start printing it with a green label or a purple label, all these fucking dummies that bought this book are going to fucking get pissed off because they're not getting that blue label now, which leads me to the next thing is if you have that fucking plastic bullshit cover, whatever the fuck they call it, how do you not get a 9.8 on that? CGC judges the outside cover. People are getting 10. Of course you're getting a 9.9 and a 10. It's a fucking
probably doesn't
cover.
ding. It doesn't ding.
Nothing.
It doesn't show anything. It's plastic.
Oh my God. Yo, another super chat. There you go. Kamikaze. Guy Ford, you want to say what's up to your boy?
Yeah, he's asking for a t-shirt. Oz, what's up, man? He said he's asking for, can I pre-order a t-shirt? This is going to become a thing, so don't worry. We'll keep you in the loop, baby.
And we got our boy Nigel with a super chat, too.
And Nigel jumped in, too, yeah.
He asked for Eva. I mean,
give it to him.
Let's give it to him.
Give him a little I mean, what's better than a heated conversation?
Defects. Guess who's back for some more super chats? Yeah, baby. Let's go, Defects.
Wow.
You're
welcome. If you're new here, you're welcome.
The fuck off.
Every Monday.
Every Monday at 9, yeah.
Oh
my God. Appreciate everyone. 483 of you in here. Appreciate you all joining in the conversation. Keep throwing them in the chat. I'm watching them. We're trying to click on as many as possible. You know, guy's going to start bringing some up, but I am reading it, so I'm getting the gauge of the chat right now. So we appreciate you guys. CGC. Listen, we always talk about CGC. You're the top dog. There's no question. We use CGC. We're not going to stop using CGC. Anybody that tells you to stop, I shouldn't say that. People have stopped using it, but the masses are not going to stop using CGC. But when you're the top dog, you're going to be held to a higher standard. So I think they should stop grading this book. That's my opinion. I think their best bet is to just stop. Do not double down. Do not keep grading this book. This should not, unless Marvel comes out and gives the thumbs up. That's a different story. I'm seeing David Cave in the chat, and I love it.
Love it.
He actually asked.
Marvel ain't gonna buckle, dude.
I don't think so.
No, because now, and this guy's saying now he has a Ghost Rider one. Like, come on, dude, stop. And
But
people,
I'm saying he's supposed to
there's
bring
only
out more
one
this weekend, Jay.
That's what I'm saying. You, guys, look how much this book dropped. It went from 300 to 160, right? And it was an $85 book. It's going to keep dropping because everyone's hip to the game now. Everyone's smartening up. I fell into the exclusive trap during COVID with null covers. I liked the character. I was waiting in line, all these fucking bots buying them. Guys, I'm done with that, man. $300 will get you a nice key Silver Age book, man. Collect smart. All these exclusives, where are they going to be 5 years down the road? This book will be infamous in the comic community because I haven't seen a stir like this in probably years. The last time I seen a star like this is when probably the second printing was considered the first cover appearance of Null.
The Null joint? Yeah.
But it wasn't even half as bad as this.
No, this is, there were so many things that happened in one little, package. Yeah.
This started from cutting the line to being resold for mass amounts of money to
finding out what it actually is,
to finding out what it actually was, to finding this person's lying, that person's lying. Who do you trust? Who do you believe? Guys, trust yourself. Whatever's in your gut, man. We're just here to lay out what we were told. Like I said, we didn't see anything firsthand. I don't know who cut a line. I don't know anything. I know people admitted to buying a certain amount of copies, and it is what it is. I know this book has 4 staples in it, and it's a remarried cover. Let's call it what it is.
4 staples.
Yep. It should be getting a purple or a fucking green label, but it's not. I know CGC is caught with their thumb in their ass right now, and I know Marvel's pissed. And I know this guy has more to sell.
Yeah, dude, it's a bad... there's a part of me that feels bad for this dude because he's clearly got some money in these, and I have a feeling the ones that he puts out of Boston, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they do, or if he's even allowed to do it. Right? He may get a letter before then. But Bolo asked a good question. What is CGC going to do with the probably 100 or so books that they got submitted? I don't know, dude.
That's the thing. Now Marvel came in and is like, this is not what it's supposed to be. People already got blue labels. I'm sure there's blue labels already in the mail. There's blue labels on eBay, right?
4 staples, another shirt.
Yeah, exactly. 4 staples. Now it comes back. Now you send that book. Now you send that book back and you get a green label or a purple label. I'm like, yo, fuck it. Crack my book out and give me my money back. Why are these people getting it and not me? It's going to be a whole big thing, man.
It's going to be... CGC is definitely scrambling. They're definitely trying to find out what to... I'm sure what they've done the last 24 hours is like, should we grade these or should we not? Because they don't want to piss off Marvel either. Right? And somebody asked, what does the book say? It's the label says Ultimate Fallout 4 Facsimile Edition, and then it has the 11/21 date, and then it says Black Flag Acetate Variant. I may have like a minor thing wrong, but like that's the gist of what it is.
So here's my question. And this is where I think it should go. And let me know what you guys think. And then the chat can let me know what they think too. This dude obviously thinks it's okay to do what yes, you can. Well, you have to wait online. So
we're just gonna give it to you in front of everybody. That's all.
Yes.
My man Chop gets one on the arm from me. I owe him.
So here's my question. This guy doesn't think he did anything wrong, correct?
Black Flag? No, he thinks no.
Okay. So he doesn't think he did anything wrong. He's going to go into Boston trying to do the same thing again with I don't know how many he's printing or whatever like that. Who cares? Same thing, acetate bullshit, whatever it is. What is it and why is it not up to the cons to say you can't do this?
Because they're not going to get involved in that.
Yeah,
he paid for a table. The con's not going to be the one that judges this.
So you paid for a table means you could sell whatever the fuck you want.
Right, basically. It's not the
Marvel
con's
really step in. Will
it's
Marvel
not the
really
con's
step in on?
Though?
Nah, I see. I don't. It's not egregious, guy. Like it's like you're talking about like loophole type stuff where it's not like. It would have to be something so egregious
Can't the con say, you know what? We don't want you selling here. Sorry.
They
No,
probably could, but why
they want
would
money
they?
too, dude. Everybody wants
Yeah.
a fucking piece. That's the thing. And even if they're like, you can't sell that book, you know this dude's gonna be like, yo, I got them ultimate Fallout Force. How many you need? Because it's gonna be. I mean,
like selling cigarettes out the back.
yeah,
the
like
van.
so, exactly. They're gonna sell. No. You think this guy Mitch or whoever runs a Comic Con's gonna be like, oh, you can't sell this? They're not gonna check into it. Marvel's not gonna contact them. He's definitely gonna have to rebrand. This guy's definitely. It's not over. He's gonna get a spanking. Especially.
Well, yeah. Look what writing teacher said. Will Marvel really step in on a 700 run exclusive? It's not just that. Like, he's doing whatever it is. He's doing additional covers for other books. If they don't step in on this now, everyone starts doing this, because what he did, he spent, I don't want to say how much he spent, but he definitely spent less money than the original run. And then he repurposed back stock that he couldn't sell and created and started selling them for more than the original book was going for. So if you don't think other people are going to pay attention to see if this is allowed to fly or not, Marvel's going to figure out if this breached their contract or not. You could be sure of that. And if it didn't, they're not going to be able to say much. They may say we frown upon it, but they're not going to be able to step in. But if it breached the contract, trust me, this is going to be put to bed like that.
And listen, this guy saying he didn't do anything wrong, he fucking knows he did something wrong. He knows you can't just fucking. He knows he had a backstock of bullshit that he couldn't sell. That he said, hey, how am I going to get rid of these? Let me staple another fucking cover to it and make it a con exclusive, which it wasn't even. It's
why no one knew what it was until the day before. That was not a coincidence. I'm sorry. That's my opinion, but you can't. It's going to be hard for you to argue that wasn't the case. He didn't drop any info on it.
Is there any
until the day before.
C2E2 thing written on it? Is there any C2E2 exclusive written on it, like something like that?
As far as I knew, when it first dropped, everyone was like, "Oh shit, this is a surprise drop!" Like no, and then people started like, "Yo, did you hear about this?" Nobody knew about it. So there may be somebody that be like, "Oh, I heard about it 3 days in advance." But the masses did not know about this, and there was a reason for that, because it didn't take long to figure out what this comic actually was. So I think the sales would have went much differently if that wasn't the case.
I know John said this a couple of times, and I just wanted to highlight it a second too. He said, "Let me associate this with vets and not give them anything." Like that.
I don't know if that's the case. We're just assuming that's the case. Maybe he is doing something.
I'm gonna assume not. And I'll tell you right off the bat, if you're a vet, you're not supposed to show any red in that folded flag. That's a whole nother story though that I'm not gonna get into, but it is what it is.
That's for you. That's for you, Jay. That he needed that right there. Can we do that? Actually, you can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody needed to be there for that guy.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, is there any? I'd rather end it like Dave Chappelle and just end it on a high note than keep repeating the same shit. Is there anything else we got to touch on here? You want to see what Jay's
you know what, Jay? We have 400, almost 490 people. Jay's gonna say for the 500th person that comes in the chat, we're gonna give him a free book. Wait, we can track that?
Yeah, we can track that.
Actually, we can't. If you've been with us since the beginning, you know exactly where that came from. Oh my god, that's good times. Let's see what's some in the chat. Guy, throw some comments up. Let's answer some questions. Let's agree or disagree with some of the comments. Let's see what we got going on here. The info photos were on their IG days before the con. Interesting, because how many days before? Because a lot of people were saying they didn't know until Thursday. So are you telling me it was there for a week, 2 weeks, or like 2 days? That's still a short amount of time, right? Like if you're telling me it was 2 days prior to Friday, like it was Wednesday night, that's still an extremely short amount of time. And I feel like it was done purposely, right? I think if some of the people knew what this book actually was, that it wasn't even a reprint, it wasn't a new run, it was just a married cover, people would have thought twice about buying 30 and 40 copies for themselves. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. So I would, if you have the exact date on that deep dive, that'd be interesting. What else you got, Guy?
I don't know. I'm trying to do this and my computer's freaking out.
I mean, if you pull up Dave Cerrone's message, I think that's a good question, and I'll tell you factually that
There you go.
I don't think that's to be true at all, because I won't mention any names, but I had a huge Whatnot seller stay at my house for Terrificon and do his thing, and my man was in an air mattress in my room. So you know what I mean? He stayed at my house, slept on my couch. We got a hotel room that I paid for, that I invited him to come chill, and he was on a fucking air mattress. So I don't know how true that should be. So I'm gonna say no for that, just from my experience with someone.
But I guess even if that is the case, should that matter? I guess I don't know, Dave. I mean, I love you, but I don't know if I don't see anything wrong. Like, if that's what's happening, like why is there anything wrong with that?
If that's their business, that's their business. So
I don't. I mean, I think that's something that's been going on in a lot of. I mean, that goes on in every hobby. I think certain people you want to see at these big events, as I know cons that actually the con will put people up. We know a little bit about that, boys, right? The con will actually put up
the con
big people in the community.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hotels.
So
yeah,
so
I don't think. Listen, and I
think
could
there's
answer
anything wrong
that.
with
I could answer that firsthand from a big time guy, and like I said, dude, that didn't happen. My boy was on a fucking blow up mattress, dude, like doing his thing. So that didn't happen.
First,
and yes, I finally recovered.
Okay,
I recovered from Terrificon. I'm feeling good, drinking water, staying hydrated.
So apparently, I saw this a couple times and I didn't understand what it was, but now I understand. Bolo saying that he thinks it's going to continue, and he said, I don't know how to say this. I know the artist. I don't know how to say his last name. NGU started this 2 months ago with the TMNT metal. So interesting that this is this going to become a trend? Is this going to be allowed? I mean, TMNT is not Marvel, so it'll be interesting if Marvel lets it fly, right? Or if it's in Marvel's exclusive contract, it may be. I don't know. I mean, Bolo's going to know that better than us for sure. Well, we're here just we gave what we knew for sure, and the rest of it we're kind of giving as our opinion based on what we've seen as a whole, right?
So this is a good question from Popo Chili Town. He said, if it wasn't for the skip the line thing, most of us would never know about the book or notice anything about the grading, etc. He goes, just another Flashpan exclusive. You're probably right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I have
probably
to agree.
right.
A lot of dominoes fell, probably not in the way that people wanted them to.
And how funny is it how things happen like that? If it wasn't for one little trivial thing, not trivial to everyone that was in that line waiting, and respectfully should have gotten
Correct.
But if it wasn't for one thing, this thing just snowballed. This guy at Black Flag must have been like, fuck.
Well, he thought it was important enough to go live.
Yep.
But he was addressing more the people, the resellers getting the books early, which he basically confirmed. He basically said, like, I was contacted. I don't know if he said the night before or the morning of, and said, we want to make a deal. And he was like, sure, because I was afraid I wasn't going to sell out. There was no.
So now you heard two different stories too with that. He said that he paid them beforehand, and then we heard that wasn't the case.
Online. Yep.
They paid when they walked up online. So that's two different stories. Whether one is true or not, I'm just stating the facts that there were two different stories.
And I'll tell you what, I'll say two things and then I'm done with this because I'm not going to beat it.
Yeah.
The smartest player in this whole game was Skeff because he just kept his mouth shut. All I think about when I think about him now is Homer Simpson faded into that bush. That's it, dude. He's just like, I'm not going to say a fucking word. I'm going to let this all pass. And honestly, everything passes. Idea. Time heals all wounds. It's going to pass. And my man just probably chalked it up as a loss and dipped into that bush, dude.
Honestly, probably the best thing. Everybody that came out with something, it just made it look a little worse. I think for most people. And of course, there's always going to be two sides of the coin, but you have to look at the majority. We're trying to look at everything objectively. Most of the videos and posts that I've seen, did not really help people's cases. You can make an argument that maybe it didn't hurt their case, but a lot of them did not help. But it is what it is. I think, like Jay said, we fucking beat this to death at this point.
At the same time, the guy, what the fuck's his name? Because that's how important he is to me. Black what?
Black Flag.
Black Flag is pretty much what we think.
The
Put him in a fucking bedroom.
wow, you got to come up with a song with Black Flag. Black Flag for that little boy smile.
That's great.
Oh my God.
Guys, be smart, man. Listen. Know what you're buying, guys. Someone just bought that book for $300. A day later, it's $160. You got to be kicking yourself in the ass. Be educated.
I'm sure it's going to fluctuate, but that was the cheapest I've seen it. Yeah.
Don't listen to any influencers. Listen, the spec game, all that. You know, when we lay stuff out for you, we're like, listen, this is what the foundation we're laying for you. Take it with a grain of salt. Do your own research and go get the books that you want and you love. And that's how I got to end this conversation, guys. Just be smart, man. Be smart. Know what you're spending your money on, and don't let anybody cut you in fucking line.
Yeah, there you go. That's the big one. Deep Dive saying Skip's a good guy, and his whatnot many books sell less than retail. I'm sure that's the case. You know, like Jay said, we're not attacking anybody personally, and we don't want anybody attacking anybody personally, to be honest with you, unless you have a real good valid reason. This not being one of them. But sometimes shit doesn't pass a smell test. You got to call it out a little bit. Everyone makes mistakes. All three of us have done dumb shit on this channel, and we've all been called out for it, and we've all fucking taken our lickings, and we come back and be like, you know what, we shouldn't have done that. Keep it moving. You know, gonna learn from it, move forward. That's all that can happen here. Learn from it, move forward. That's it. That's all we can do.
You know, listen. Until the next big thing happens, right? Till the next scandal happens. And then we'll just talk about that, and then it'll be the next one.
What up, Coco?
Coco?
Yeah, dude. Lot of I appreciate the chat keeping it civil. I appreciate some new faces. I appreciate Bolo jumping in. I see AR Comics. I appreciate seeing a lot of information that we didn't have thrown in the chat. Appreciate you guys doing that. Yeah, man. This was.
Sub us up while you're here. Hit that sub button.
Sub us up if you can. Sub us up.
It's
in
free.
The defects, I can trust. Yeah, there you go.
There's enough people here to get us to 7,000. So sub us up while you're here.
Hey, there's enough people here to start a crime wave.
Oh.
I mean, Matt, what do you guys think? I think. Do we end it here? End it with a little Eva?
Well, we're not done yet. We got more stuff to talk about.
Jay.
All right. Come on.
Jay.
I took a lot out of me, dude. I'm like on my 12th round of my fight right now.
I'm sweating. Yeah, I'm sweating over here. No, great conversation. I'm glad we were able to have it. Smash the like button. Matt Ford and Dave in the Cave knows the secret is out. This has been going around for a while. Matt Forge equals Mephisto. Okay. Thank you all for the super chats.
Yeah, thank you, John
we got more to talk about. We're gonna keep talking.
We're not done yet. Yeah.
I'm sure we're gonna jump back. I'm sure that we're gonna touch back on this a little bit as the show goes on. But I think for the majority of it, unless there's something that we completely missed out, I think we gave our opinion. I think we gave the overview. What else is there to say? Black Flag, do better, be better. I don't know if you were ill intent. I don't think you were ill intent, but I don't think you fully thought it through. I think there should have been a little bit more transparency about what you were selling. And that's all I have to say about that. Just be better. Be better for the community. You create dope shit, but I think this was handled poorly across the board from day one to even now. So
yeah, dude, all I could think about with like cons now is like, you know, when you go to the deli to get cold cuts, you got to take that number. You got to take the number. And that and Beetlejuice, when he looks over and he sees number.
The Beetlejuice one where he swapped it.
Yeah, we should add the Beetlejuice.
Get that one. I was trying to get that one for tonight, but I just didn't have time, dude.
You're waiting in line, Beetlejuice,
man. I am sweating over here. Oh my god.
All right, what else?
We talked about it 2 weeks ago. I feel like it's happened a bunch lately. Like, we'll throw up something on our thumbnail, and then like 2 weeks later, it gets confirmed. Did you guys see Punisher?
Punisher, baby.
Punisher. Not a lot to talk about there, but that's our boy. So we gotta talk about. We just gotta throw it out there. Punisher seems like confirmed. John Bernthal The smoke, there was smoke, so we knew there was fire. But now everyone's running with the story. Punisher, can't wait for that. I know Jay's skeptical because he doesn't want to see Punisher ruined in the MCU.
I'm done talking MCU.
I know you're done talking MCU. I know you're done.
You guys want to talk comic books? We'll talk comic books till I see something that's good. Prey was good, dude. I liked it.
Prey was good. I gotta watch it. Who watched Prey in the chat? Tell us if you watched Prey in the chat. I gotta check that out. I'm rewatching Daredevil right now because I need to remember something good. Some good TV series, so I went back watching Daredevil to see if it stood up to the test of time, and it does. It's still better than everything on Disney Plus right now. So, new comic book day. You want to do that, or is something else you guys want? Guy, you know what? I gotta take like 2 minutes. Guy, do you want? I know you wanted to show off some stuff last time from Terrificon, and Jay, you never got to talk about Terrificon.
Oh God.
You guys got to stick around. Jay's going to tell a couple quick stories about Terrificon. I will be back in 2 minutes.
I'll start with Friday night and Saturday were pretty much a blur. Sunday I got a remark from Asad Ribic, who personally told me he hated the new Thor. So we got that to talk about. I drank a lot. It was a good showing, man. It was community based. Everybody got along. There was no drama. And I've got one remark and didn't buy shit because I pretty much got everything that I want right now collected wise. I'm in the market for a couple of omnibus. I want to start getting into reading more. I didn't talk any MCU because I'm sick of it.
Jay, I showed my remark that I got.
Mine's at CGC, dude. Fuck them.
Look.
Hey, guy hopped on the
look at that
remark. I bought my there to get remarked and I didn't do shit.
Ryan killed it, bro.
He always does.
So dope. Yeah, he's amazing.
So back to positive things, guys, right? Like I said, back to reading books. The market dipped down a little bit. Happy about that. Books are somewhat affordable again, but still not pre-COVID. We're looking to do more shows. We're trying to get everything locked up in order.
I'm going to show you a couple things that I picked up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yo, Jay, not for nothing. People want to hear the real stories, all right?
Yeah, you want to hear the real stories? You fucking come.
Yeah, you got to be there. Listen, we said this last week, but I need Jay here because I need Jay's perspective. So me and Guy walk into the con, and there's some of you didn't hear this story because obviously last week there was like 180 and this week there's 444. So we walk in on Saturday. Me and Guy get there Saturday, and we were rushing in there. We got there a little late. We knew we were only be there one day. Every single person that we talked to that knew us, whether it's from that we know as friends or from the community, from IG, from YouTube, came up to us and was the first thing they said was, yo, your boy Jay is fucked up.
I don't
They said between last night and this morning, he is hurting. Like, it was not 99%, it was 100% of the people that we saw. And we knew what happened because we got the story on the way up. We got the stories on the way up to the fucking con. He couldn't even get yo out on the phone when he answered.
Yeah, I went to
every person stopped me.
I went to Chick-fil-A, Chick-a-Phil, whatever it's called. I got chicken tenders and I went back up to my room and slept till 6 o'clock. And then Saturday got wild.
That was an easy night compared.
Oh man, you guys gotta come to Terrificon. It's the best. It's so good, man. Like comic book wise and like pop culture wise, maybe not as good as like C2E2 and New York Comic Con, but it's such a different atmosphere. It's like a party atmosphere, dude, which makes it awesome.
Community based and in a casino. What could go wrong?
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
Yo, quick perspective. Sunday, I called Jay. I'm like, yo, Jay, where are you at? We were getting ready to leave. He's like, yo, we're in the back by Artist Alley. I'm like, you got to see what I'm dealing with right now.
Oh, you got the video?
I don't have. You have the video.
I got the video. We'll tell the story next week when we got the video.
Oh, you want to show the video?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys got to tune in next week because we told some of you what it was. We told about it last week. My boy Matt. Maybe we got to have him come on and we'll show the video.
Hold on. You talk to Guy real quick and have Guy show his stuff. I'm gonna send everybody our new super chat.
Yeah, do it. So yeah, we'll do that next week. Come hang next week. We're gonna show a video pretty funny. My boy with his Spider-Man suit on backwards, fucking with Jay and Guy. Nobody knew who it was. It was fucking great. And Jay has the video, so you got to be here next week so we can load it up. All right, Guy. Let me see. Let me see. Terrificon.
No idea who it was. Yeah, no. I just want to show a couple things. Big Daddy, shout out for bringing this for me. That was such an awesome AOK. He knows I've been hot on this book for a long time. This was cool. I picked this up from Chinmo. This is my second copy of this. Love it. Uncle Frank had picked me up a couple books, which I was waiting for. So Uncle Frank always coming through. I met Larry Hama, which was really cool. He signed this exclusive book for me that he does at the cons. Obviously, he signed the back of the helmet as well.
That shit's crazy.
Helmet. This is absolutely nuts. So Larry Hama signed the back of this, which is crazy, and then Ryan obviously did the remark, which is bonkers. But this is really cool, guys. I think we should talk about this a second because I see him in the chat, Mr. Very Gary himself. And Very Gary, yeah, this is ridiculous. If you guys didn't pick up this last Ronin, I have another copy too, obviously, but this was the one from CGC. And I know I'm getting a glare, but Ryan did a remark on this. That is bonkers. Look at that.
Congrats on that, dude.
Dude,
that's
so
dope.
Awesome. Gary's cover. So shout out to Very Gary. He's in the chat. Obviously, I know most of you guys know who he is, but Ryan Brown, obviously, absolutely murdered that. So really dope.
Gary in the chat. So quick shout out for Gary because Gary's in the chat. Erod's in the chat.
Oh yeah.
And, tomorrow night, they got a little something going. They started it last Tuesday. Whatnot.
Takeover Tuesday?
Attack on Tuesdays. Starts off with Erod, 7 p.m. Eastern. Then it goes to Gary, and then it goes to Davis Ryder. So definitely tune into that. That's Tuesday nights. That's pretty dope. And then, guys, talking about cons, the next place we're going to be. Ooh. We always like to talk about the next con or show or whatever meetup that we're going to be at. Talk about Undefeated. Somebody was saying that in the chat. King Con 3. That is ridiculous artwork, right? Like
Alex Garcia.
As far as the theme, you know what I mean? Like as far as the theme of the con, that is so fitting, right? They got, I can't say it. I almost said what the surprise was. So no, I can't say it. All right. So that's dope. King Con 3, Saturday, September 17th. Okay. Going to be in Islin, New Jersey, the APA hotel. I forget what it's called, but let me bring it up. What was I going to say? That's what we'll be next. That's the next big con. You know, we're covering that thing. We'll be walking around with the microphone again. We're going to be set up. This time we're going to be set up inside the room instead of outside the room. So that'll be fun. We're going to do some interviews like with our backs to the con. So that's going to be really cool. Where is it? It's okay. Saturday, September 17th, APA Hotel on South Wood Avenue in Islin, New Jersey. 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You know we're going to be talking about this a lot more the closer we get. We're going to have Greg on, the one of the co-creators of this, as we get a little closer to talk about it. That's going to be dope as hell. It was such a blast last year. It just not last year, the beginning of this year. This is the third iteration of it, and it just keeps getting leaps and bounds better.
And let's talk about why. Just read the bottom line of that, Matt.
For the community, by the community. That's the greatest tagline.
What more do you want? What more do you want?
Greatest tagline ever. Jay, you ready to come back?
Yeah, I'm gonna show one thing before he comes back because
we're
gonna talk. I actually bring Jay back on because I think he wants to see this too.
No? All right.
Oh, not yet? All right.
So I'm gonna He's still doing something,
anyway. Yeah. So this is George Vega. Obviously, you know, Matt says.
Vincent Vega's cousin, yeah.
Vincent Vega's cousin. You all know who Vincent Vega is, right? $5 fucking milkshake. I don't know what a $5 milkshake tastes like, but it's a good fucking shake. Anyway, listen. So George Vega, I got some original art from him, And we like to do our artist spotlight, so we're going to be doing that in a couple weeks and bringing the artist spotlight back on the Defects. But I wanted to show this off. This is pretty freaking awesome. This is Sergeant Slaughter, obviously. Big fan of Sergeant Slaughter.
Nice.
He killed this. This is so dope. I had to buy this. This is actually on his Whatnot auction. But this is where it gets cool. And I wanted to show Jay. This is one of his prints that he sent me. What do you think of that, Matt?
Sorry, I looked away. Oh yeah, I seen that. That's ridiculous.
I know Jay's giving me backstage. Jay's giving me the horns because he's very excited about what I'm showing right now. So
that's dope.
Dope that George Vega did. This obviously going towards the G.I. Joe and Transformers and everything. Like, this is fucking awesome too. And then he sent this as well. These are actually just stuff that he sent me. So he does a lot of cool stuff. I think we're gonna specialize and show off some of his work, and talk about some of the cartoons that, like, as far as comics, survived the 80s, like G.I. Joe, Transformers,
like
Thundercats. Like, these are ones that, like, and He-Man, like stuff that, like, like survived and it's still out there in comic books. So it's pretty cool. We're gonna have him on, and obviously we're gonna spotlight his stuff where all the Defects can buy stuff from him as well. You guys know we like to do that. We like to bring artists to sometimes some of them maybe that are not well known to the forefront, and give them a chance to maybe sell some stuff too. So look forward to that and look forward to showing off his work, man. So go check him out.
Nice.
He's on IG, George_Vega_art. Check it out if one of the moderators wants to put his thing in there, and then we're gonna have him on soon. So we're in discussions right now. So keep an eye out. George_Vega_art.
Better send us some free shit. The rest of us.
Yo,
he's gonna send some stuff, Jay.
Yeah, fucking guy. Oh, Jay, I love it. People were asking King Khan info in the chat, so I pinned it to the top. So if you want to know exactly when and where, click on the link. It's at the top. Also, guys, at King Khan, we will be selling the acetate variant for $300 a piece. So if anybody,
so come on by. So Matt, Guy, everyone said, "How is Terrificon?" I'm gonna sum it up with one video.
Okay.
It's I don't know if this is Mike the Beast or Wesley's comics, but it's one of them.
It's there in the multiverse.
Oh, here it is. So.
Wow.
The ending. That's Mike the Beast, bro.
So that's
Mike the Beast in the multiverse, bro.
I'm just telling you, me and Oz,
Beast.
Oz were sitting there. Oz is dying right now because me and Oz were sitting there watching this dude, and I'm going, "Oh my!"
He said, "We gotta close those damn portals."
That was awesome.
That was Jay Friday night, though. The little known fact.
Yeah, that was me walking back to my room.
Oh my god! Yeah, that sums up Terrificon. That pretty much that was Saturday night. So Jay was in good enough shape to take that video.
Yeah,
Saturday night. Somebody said, "Is that Elaine from Seinfeld?"
Good times, man. Good times.
Yo, I think next week we got to have Maddie on and bring out the Spider-Man video and have him come on with the backwards suit.
I mean, guys, listen. We got heated. We talked controversy. We talked line skipping. We talked bullshit facsimile. Whatever. We got two evil longs. We got Smash That Like. We got the Beast variant dancing. What a show, man.
Well, we still got to do new comic book day.
We still got to do
new
comic book day.
Oh, hold up. There's a little tease. The backwards suit banana hammock Spider-Man. That's Spider-Man into the Hoboverse.
That's it.
Hoboverse with Mitch too.
He grabbed Mitch.
People stopping him. Hold on. Wait, this is the best picture. He grabbed
this is
these
great.
two kids and scared the shit out of them. And he goes, "These are my boys."
Oh,
Those two kids were like, "What?" Yo, the best was
the
the-
worst
the
is
one
everyone's fucking brajola is just hanging out. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Joel, with the costume backwards, it looks like he's got what is it? Who said a division symbol?
the division sign.
Yeah.
It looked like he had a camel
my
toe and
God.
tail at the same time. Yo, the kid
Dude.
next to us, the kid next to the 3-man booth, he was like a young kid. He was like 15. He came up
Didn't
to
know what
Matt.
the hell
He
was
was like,
going on.
he was like, he was so fucking scarred.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
like, you have your suit on backwards.
And then
Matt's like,
and then he goes,
he's like,
yeah,
he goes, I'm gonna fix it now. So he's like, you're doing the wrong theme music. He kept shitting on him, right? It was the best. So finally he goes,
Superman. Yeah.
Sorry. He goes, sorry to let you down, kid.
The
Yo,
kid
it
goes
was
to him,
so
the
funny.
kid looks at him and he goes,
Here,
he
you
goes, you
got-
have your Apple Watch on underneath your suit.
Yeah, that's what he said to him.
He goes, okay.
Hold on. I'll be back again. You guys start. I got something good from Triton.
Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh. All right, let's talk about New Comic Book Day.
Yeah,
Oh
sure.
my God. We'll do the New Comic Book Day intro, and then Jay's going to come back and show something funny, because Triton always has good stuff. So, New Comic Book Day show. Guys, this is where we drop our top 10-ish. It's never top 10, so we say top 10-ish picks of the week for New Comic Book Day, August 10th, 2022. And we're going to be picking books based on cover, story, or a little bit of speculation, which could be a little bit of a dirty word these days, all right? And guys, as always, we got our boys over at comicbookinvest.com, all right? Chris Nelms creates that New Comic Book Day pull list. He's got the entire variant breakdown, that whole ratio variant breakdown, plus he's got his picks of the week. So we do it kind of affiliated with each other. You take his list, you take our list. That's got you fully covered for New Comic Book Day each and every week. So without further ado, we're going
Sometimes
to wait for Jay, and then we're going to get into some
sometimes-
books.
they put up some exclusives on there too, right?
So, yeah, I mean, it happens. I mean,
I'm just
hot
going to
books,
throw
hot-
this up there.
boom.
Got to put some music with that.
Before
I
we
got to
get
get the music back to that. What do you got, Jay?
before we get started, he's officially come out of hiding.
Okay.
Swear to God.
Yo, for 2 seconds, I'm like,
okay.
for 2 seconds, I was like, do I have to cut this feed? My finger is hovering over end stream because I'm like, what did Jay just do? But that's a good fun. That was funny. That was funny. That was good. That was good. Oh my God.
Let's do these books so we can go to sleep.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
every week begins with Jay.
First up, guys, fresh off Prey. Don't say they didn't do it on purpose. We got Predator #1 from Marvel. My boy Coco been on this for months. He probably told me about this back in February. I had no idea that Prey was coming out, but listen, first Predator in Marvel Comics. How do you not scoop it up?
And they're not to talk about movies for a second, Jay, but they're kicking themselves in the ass that they didn't bring that movie out regular, huh?
Oh,
But are they?
yeah,
They
Yeah,
are.
I don't
Because
know,
would
man.
you? But I mean, you guys watched it, or a lot of people watch it. Would you have gone to the theaters to watch it?
No, I don't go to theaters for anything anymore.
Right. So
I
I
don't know.
don't know if
I-
that's. I don't know if that's true. I think it did really well because people were like, "Fuck it, I'll watch it at home." You know.
Yeah, I love watching movies at home now. I don't fuck with the movies no more.
There you go. We got it. We need a Defects theater. That's what we need.
Yeah, sounds good. By the way, that
Guy
can
Forge.
happen. That can happen, by
happen.
the way. We'll talk about it because
could
there's one for sale. So if anybody wants to buy a movie theater, just talk to me. So
Oh,
yeah, this
could
is
have your cons
this is
there.
G.I. Joe, Best of Storm Shadow. So this book came out, and you know I'm getting it from IDW. This cover is by James Biggett. So you know what? I'm very excited about this because obviously anything G.I. Joe, I'm very excited about, and Storm Shadow. Duh, that's the first remark I got on Cobra's helmet. So you know I like him.
Has a week gone by without a Guy Forge G.I. Joe or Transformers pick? When was the last
No,
time?
I just know what they are now. I just pick them.
The nostalgia is real with Guy Forge.
It is.
The
It is.
nostalgia
You
is
can't
real.
beat that shit.
I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but I saw like I said, I read the chat. There's so much going on, right? Running the show, trying to read the chat, trying to give some input. But I saw earlier people were like, when are we going to do this show again? When are we going to do breakdowns? When are we going to do this? When are we going to do that? The show this week was actually supposed to be, should you buy this book or should you not buy this book? Okay, and we were going to take like maybe one of the top 10s or just some of the hot books that have been, and just basically say like, is this a book you would buy right now or a book you would sell right now? And we were just gonna basically do like a little bit of a market watch. So that's what we were gonna do this week. So maybe we'll do that next week. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if another exclusive comes out.
Comic CD says this definitely needs the acetate cover to save it.
To save it, needs a little bit of remarking on there.
Again, this wasn't a cover buy. This was just because it's the best of Storm Shadow. So my next book is a cover buy. So there you go.
It's the only book Guy could read.
Thank you.
It has no words.
It's the silent issue.
Storm Shadow has no words, or is it going to be Snake Eyes?
Well, his first appearance.
Okay,
I don't know what's going to be in that one. All right. This is, I think, a little bit of a kind of like spec buy and stash. Okay. The story. So from Marvel, Giant Size Gwen Stacy #1. The story with this, Christos Gage and Todd Nayuk. Basically, this story came out, issues 1 through 3 of this story came out in 2019. It was planned for a 5 issues miniseries. COVID kiboshed that whole thing. So basically, they are releasing it as a giant size. It's going to reprint 1 through 3, and then they're going to give us 4 and 5. My take is that with the layoff, with that huge gap, don't be surprised if you get something crazy that happens in here. So I think this is kind of just like, buy it because just in case. Gwen Stacy, everybody knows, hot character. This is the Ghost Spider variant of this character, I believe. For me, it's just basically like, you never know. Hot character, big layoff. They've been waiting to release these 2 issues for fucking 3 years now, so don't expect something big out of this one. That's why I'm grabbing it this week.
There you go. Next up, guys, this is my first pick that I wanted to pick is Ghost Rider Vengeance Forever #1. First appearance of Necro, the tattoo artist that can predict the future through his needles. Big fan of tattoos. Currently getting major tattoo work done on myself. So you know I had to go out and grab this book. I cannot wait to read this. Everyone's been talking about how good of a series Ghost Rider is. There hasn't been many great Marvel series out there. So I'm going to start with the new Ghost Rider series that came out, which is going to lead me into this. So super excited for this as a Ghost Rider fan and a tattoo fan.
Yeah, it's just dope.
Well, next up for me, you got I Am Batman, #12. The 3 best lines I've ever heard out of Michael Keaton's mouth. This is just a badass Batman on a bike, guys. So that's why I picked it.
There you go.
Cover by.
Dope ass cover. Yep. Cover by for sure.
All right. Rounding out the picks, and before we do some honorable mentions, which actually some good ones this week, the Sprouse variant of Star Wars Bounty Hunters #26 from Marvel. Basically picking this cover speculation. First Reva cover. The first Third Sister cover. I know a lot of people had stuff to say about her in the Obi-Wan series, but sounds like Lucasfilms is probably going to be running with her. We're probably going to see a lot more of her. So why not have that first cover appearance in basically how she looks identical to the show in your collection? Why not? Just in case. Yes, I know. Reva is trash. A lot of people don't like her. But why not? This is, to me, it's spec cover by, man. Because you're going to see her. You know, like, it doesn't matter what people thought. You're still going to see her all the time in these shows. So, honorable mentions, Guy Forge. What do you got, Jay?
No, I was just answering BBB. Yeah, I haven't read it personally, dude, but I heard good things from good people that are into it. So, I'm definitely going to give it a read.
Guy Forge, take it away.
From Image, guys, you got The Deadliest Bouquet, #1. This is 3 sisters must set aside their differences to solve their mother's murder. So if you're into that, then you know what? Go pick it up.
Image been dropping a ton of new titles this past like 3 months.
Yeah, man.
And actually, I read a few of them. They're killing the stories right now. There's a go.
Speaking of killing the story, Amazing Spider-Man #7 from Marvel. You got the first appearance of Oscorp Spider Suit. So you got that 1 in 10 Gleason, that 1 in 25 Gleason. You know, it's good to. I'm gonna be honest. It's good to see Gleason getting away from those fucking spider.
Yeah,
webs.
seriously.
Yeah.
So that's
I got a question.
That's my opinion on that. I think Cover A is pretty cool, but it's good to. Even though I hate the 1 in 10 Gleason, like it's good to see him getting away from something. From those.
So it's
those
what is
webs.
it? It's the Oscorp spider suit.
Yeah.
You think Peter Parker has those fresh Norman Osborn waves when he takes that helmet off? Those are fucking.
Yeah, where did those
waves.
come from? Damn, dude.
Looks like Sandman.
Just took the rag off.
Seriously.
Guys, from Marvel this week, got X-Men Legends #1. The premiere issue written by Roy Thomas that occurred when Wolverine debuted in 1974. Cool cover.
Yeah. Did you see there was some controversy about who created Wolverine? There was some stuff going down with that. So that was interesting. What was it exactly? Do you know what exactly was, Jay? I don't want to say the wrong thing. I think I know what it is, but
yeah, I think I know what it was too. I think it was was it, hold on. I had it right here. This might be actually this book might have it in there, like a brief summary on his the writers that created him. Keep going, I'll try to find it.
No, I think that's the last one. That's the last one. So we'll wait a minute. But yeah, so you bring up the exact quote because that was pretty interesting. But there's always been a little bit of controversy about that. Talk about controversy, like Wolverine. When his first appearance is, who fucking created him? So
was it between Roy Thomas and Len Wein?
Yeah, what was it saying?
I can't find it. I'm just guessing now.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not going to give bullshit advice out. I listen. I don't know.
He basically said that he conceived the character, did some broad outlines, and then turned him over to the writing skills of Len Wein. That's what Roy Thomas said. So technically, Roy Thomas says he created Wolverine for the most part, and then turned him over. Basically, gave him like the beginning, and then said, "Here you go." So interesting.
Yeah.
I want to see them throw down. Wait, I don't know. One of them is dead.
Yeah, nah. I mean, you got to say it when the guy's alive. You don't say it.
Yeah, there you go.
So, I don't know, guys.
All right,
Is that it?
Guys, that wraps up New Comic Book Day show. Like I said, link in the description to the CBSI website. Go check out their New Comic Book Day pull list from our buddy Chris Nelms.
So I just got a message.
Running out of steam.
Yeah, me too. I just got a message though, and I got to show you guys this because our buddy, a nobody that draws,
yeah,
just sent me something, and he said the Comic Forge. He goes, got something I'm working on.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Wrong one.
Oh, there it is.
Reseller, influencer. Yes. Yeah, there you go.
How awesome is that?
Guy Forge at the cons from now on.
That's the new t-shirt.
That's fucking great.
All right.
I love the community, dude. I love the community. I love it.
Parting words, guys. So we're going to end it with Eva for sure.
We're definitely ending it with Eva. Parting words from me are, number one, appreciate everyone in the chat. Number one being, not taking bullshit, but being respectful at the same time. Like that's, call it out, be respectful. I'm okay with it. Also for dropping all the info that we didn't have. A lot of good takes in the chat, and we always appreciate them. It's very hard to address every single one. It's very hard to highlight everyone, but know that we are reading, like all of our eyes, you'll probably see us shooting to the side of the screen. It's because we're reading as much as we can. So we really do appreciate you guys. If you're new here, stick around, sub us up. We're going to do some fun content going forward. We cover a lot of the MCU news, and we're going to be getting back into the comic book stuff probably for the next few weeks until the D23 news heats up again, because obviously we're going to have to cover that. But we're going to do some comic book market stuff. We actually have some things in the work, something in the works, a little collab, maybe once a month, twice a month, with somebody that is involved with the comic book market. So that's going to be fun to kind of see like what's happening, what's selling, what's not, what's sitting, what's moving fast. What is his take on it? So that, see if we could work that out. I don't want to give too many more details just in case it falls through. So we're going to start getting back to some pricing and some opinions on how to navigate the market where it is. We're going to get back into that now that it's starting to kind of settle a little bit. So appreciate you guys bearing with us tonight. Love you all. Boys, last words?
I'm just going to say, guys, thanks for watching. Like I said, don't attack anybody on a personal level. If you want to attack their business ethics and the shadiness, that's fine. But disrespecting someone is disrespecting someone, and that's not what we do here. It's all about the hobby. I know people piss each other off and things go back and forth, but at the end of the day, guys, it's comic books, so no personal attacks on anyone. Don't fucking jump in someone's stream, and it is what it is. Listen, if people are buying books from them and that's what they're doing and they're not bright enough to know better, it is what it is, guys. No reason to attack anybody. Don't go out and buy a fucking bullshit con exclusive. Don't cut the line. Don't let anybody cut the line. Sub us
Lessons
up.
learned.
Keep watching. We have fun times, man. Things get serious, but it's always lighthearted at the end. We got Eva. I mean, come on. Guyuch, send them home.
Thanks everybody for coming out tonight. Record-breaking show as far as people involved in the chat. So we appreciate you. Hopefully you all come back because you know what? We like to have some fun sometimes. So
that's what we do.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Guys, if you want to listen to us, all the podcasts, all the podcast platform, I'm sure this one's going to be definitely up there because there's a lot of good stuff to listen to. So if you couldn't catch us, or if you like to listen to the replay instead of watch it, check us out. All the Spotify, Apple, Google, Audible, all that stuff. Check us out. Just search Pressable Defects. You will find us. Giveaways probably going to be, we're going to start doing some giveaways again as we get closer to the King Con, and we're going to have more information for that. So stay tuned. We'll probably have Greg on like we talked about. And like I said, we're going to definitely be getting back into some comic book market type stuff pretty soon. So appreciate all you guys. We'll see you next Monday at 9. Later, Defects. Take us out, Eva.
All right, Defects. It's time to turn it up a little. I think you guys have been playing it nice lately. We need to get a little raunchy. What do you think? Can Batgirl handle that? I just wanted to let you guys know you are hot shit. Keep doing what you're doing because I love it. And Defects fans, you're hot shit as well. Maybe even a little hotter. Keep supporting. And keep doing what you do. Because this girl loves it.
Aren't you glad you stayed to the end?
That mid-credit scene.